Okay, we're looking at the calendar here. We'll just start on the top row. If you set this for one day, of course, you're going to see one day on your calendar. So that's pretty much self-explanatory. I like to see 7 days to show you what you got going on. Allows you to move things around a little bit further, but it's personal opinions. In the settings section, these are what can show down here. If you want to remove something, if it's too much information, you would just slide it off, and then that's all that'll show. On your start time, I would set this to 1 hour before you schedule your standard appointments until 1 hour after you schedule your scheduled appointments. So you don't have to look from 12 a.m. all the way down and scroll down just to see what starts at 8 o'clock in the morning. It gets rid of a lot of time on the scheduler that you don't need. Then if we come over to here, this is your default employees. Now you've noticed in the employee section, I put routes because some customers like to use that name routes, and you put them in the employee section. But this is what you set for your defaults to show. It's not a big deal, but however you want to see it at first. Everything can be changed over here throughout the day if you want to see any or all of the rest of the employees on here. So that's your basic settings for your calendar. The next one's the refresh. Uh, Simply click on it, it refreshes the calendar. So if you got two people working on something, they say it, you don't see it, hit the refresh, it'll come right up. Next thing is adding block time. If you're marking out a day that somebody's going on vacation or you got a dentist appointment, you would pull this down and let go of it there. You see it defaults to 8 o'clock. You can put down on it that it's 4 hours on there. What for? And whatever notes you want to put in there. Of course, the little black dots here in the corner so you can pick up your templates that you pre-make. If you have something you'd like to standardize and put in there, you'd have a way to get your template right then and there and pin it to it. And when you hit save, it'll be a big area on the calendar showing that you shouldn't schedule anything right there. It won't stop you from scheduling, but at least you'll know that maybe there's nobody on Route 1 to work that time frame. The next sign is Show Legend. Now the legend's simply your color coding that shows you what colors mean on the calendar. See this red one here? That means it's a call ahead for somebody in the office to call, or at least the person running that route should give it a call. We'll go back to hide that. Shows all your employees again. We'll go to show work pool. Now, the work pool is where you schedule customers that don't go on this section of the calendar. You don't need to see them. It will still, there's a way to run all of your work orders from the work pool so that if you're running a lawn care or a lawn spraying or your annual renewals for termite, that you would no way to set an exact time and date with the customer anyways, you would put them up in there. And then you simply can scroll down, see what you have. I have the settings probably set for a whole month, and I haven't filtered it in any way, so it's picking up everything you could possibly put in there. If you unchecked everything but termite control, the only thing you would see was termite control in there. So those are your filters for what is in here. This is your time frame. If you set it for 1 month, when it rolls past that, it'll do it again. It'll do the next month. It'll do the first of next year, as we can see there. That would be coming up. So once you've set that to something you like, it's pretty much going to walk along with you. All right. Now, you can schedule right from here. If you take any of these, and I think I saw one that was something other than, well, we'll go ahead and schedule one. We'll just put that there. Now, you could come over here and pick a time for that service to be done and put it on the calendar and schedule it from here by taking and unchecking that work pool. It'll drop down onto the calendar. Of course, it says 12 a.m., so you wouldn't see it. So if you set it for 8 a.m. and uncheck that, it would come down. If you leave that checked, try to pull it down, it just rescheduled it. If you want to mark out the correct time for it and hit save there, it just scheduled it with that amount of time on it. So there's many ways to go about this. Now, if you're talking to the customer and you clicked on him, his information is going to show up over here. You can quickly go to the customer page and look up in your details what he paid last, when he paid, what services you still have to do, and when you're done talking to him, you can go right back. Or if he's asking to reschedule and you can't see it on the calendar, if the calendar time isn't out there, or if he's scheduling for next month, you simply go to that area and pick a date that the person asked for, then look at your calendar here, and if you have an opening, then use this section right in here to set the exact time and date with them. And when you're done, you just go right back to the date you were working on in your calendar. Actually, I went too far. There we go. All right, calendar's refreshed. Now you don't want to see this up here all day. You simply hit hide work pool and it goes away. But that's basically how you can jump around on the calendar. And that's it for this.